My boss said, "You're easily replaceable." I said, "You're right," and quit. 3 days later, the entire system crashed, and my phone had 89 missed calls. I'd been the IT systems administrator at Richardson Manufacturing for 6 years. Not glamorous, but I kept everything running. The servers, the databases, the custom software nobody else understood. I was the guy who came in at 2 a.m. when something broke, the one who prevented disasters before they happened. My boss, Derek, never saw any of that. To him, I was just an expense line on a spreadsheet. Last month, I asked for a raise. My salary hadn't moved in 3 years while I'd taken on twice the responsibility. The company had just posted record profits. I had the numbers ready, a presentation showing my contributions, the cost of replacing me. Derek didn't even look at it. "You know what your problem is, Dan?" he said, leaning back in his leather chair. "You think you're special, but the truth is, you're easily replaceable. There are 1,000 IT guys who'd kill for your job." I felt something snap inside me. Not anger, something colder. "You're absolutely right," I said calmly. "I am replaceable." I stood up, walked to my desk, and started packing my personal items. Derek followed me, suddenly nervous. "Wait, what are you doing?" "Replacing myself with nobody," I replied. "Effective immediately. You can't just quit. You need to give 2 weeks notice." I pulled out my employee handbook, which I'd reviewed that morning. Section 5.6. In absence of a signed contract, employment is at will. Either party may terminate without notice. His face went red. "You'd screw over the whole company like this?" "I'm easily replaceable, remember? Shouldn't be a problem." I wish I could say I had some master plan, but I didn't. I was just done. I handed him my badge and keys, grabbed my plant, and walked out. The first day was glorious. I slept until 10, made breakfast, applied to 3 jobs by noon. My phone stayed blissfully silent. Day 2, I got a single text from Derek. "Where are the server passwords?" I replied, "In the encrypted documentation folder. Password is in the emergency procedures binder." He didn't respond. Day 3 started normal. Then, at 2:47 p.m., my phone started ringing. Derek's number. I declined. It rang again immediately. Declined. Then the calls started flooding in. Derek, the CEO, the operations manager, HR, people I'd never even spoken to. 89 missed calls by 5 p.m. The voicemails were a journey. The first few were professional. "Dan, we need to discuss your departure." Then desperate. "Please, the system is down. Nobody can access anything." Then frantic. "Dan, the entire production line is stopped. We're losing tens of thousands per hour." I made dinner, watched them pile up. Finally, the CEO himself called from a different number. I answered. "Dan, I'm Richard Price. I apologize for calling your personal line. What can I do for you, Mr. Price? We're experiencing some technical difficulties. Derek mentioned you might be able to help us recover the system documentation." I left complete documentation, encrypted folder, password in the emergency binder. Long silence. "Derek can't locate the binder, and he's unsure which folder you're referring to." Of course he was. Derek had never bothered learning our systems. He just ordered me around. "That's unfortunate," I said. "But as Derek explained to me, I'm easily replaceable. I'm sure any of those 1,000 IT guys will figure it out." "Dan, please. We're prepared to discuss compensation for consulting work. My consulting rate is $500 per hour, 8-hour minimum, paid up front. That's outrageous. That's my rate. Take it or leave it." He took it. I showed up the next morning to complete chaos. The production floor was silent. Employees stood around in confused clusters. Every computer showed error messages. Derek stood in the corner, looking like he'd aged 10 years. Turns out, in his panic, Derek had tried to reset the master server himself. He'd effectively locked everyone out of everything and corrupted the backup system. What should have been a simple password retrieval had become a full system recovery. It took me 14 hours to fix everything he'd broken, at $500 per hour. When I finished, Mr. Price called me into his office. "Derek has been reassigned," he said carefully. "We'd like to offer you a position as Director of IT Infrastructure. 40% salary increase, full benefits, and a formal contract." I pulled out my phone and showed him the 2 job offers I'd received that week. "I appreciate the offer, Mr. Price, but I think I've learned something important about knowing my worth." I walked out, leaving them to figure out how easily replaceable I really was. 3 months later, I heard they'd had to hire 4 people to do my job.